And I guess let me ask you, like, what do you make of the leaving the Pelicans effect as like a thing to bake into your expectations for him? Because like you said, just like a horror show of a franchise for the last however many years, the context has been miserable. And it's not to say the Raptors are the Boston Celtics in terms of context. Obviously, there's some issues with spacing and, maybe depth we'll talk about. But as far as just the effect of like the psychological boost of leaving that franchise, it's got to be worth something, right?
Yeah, I was looking at his lineup data last season, and he didn't play a ton last year because of the ankle injury and various other ailments. But his top three teammates that he played with were Eve Misi, number one. Number two was Brandon Boston, and number three was Javante Green. So that just kind of helps contextualize just what happened last season, and it's like really hard to be the guy when you're on the court with such an experience and such just the defense is just not going to pay attention to like two or three, sometimes four of his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball is in his hands a ton. He's making all these decisions. And I just think like leaving that and going to a situation where he'll be on the court, I would imagine, health willing, like he'll always be on the court with at least one, maybe two of Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, and RJ Barrett. And I think that those three are, I guess all of them are kind of in a similar situation when we talk about perception versus reality because of how much money they make. And I think all our quality NBA players, I think Scotty Barnes is way better than quality. And I think that RJ Barrett's efficiency last season was a byproduct of what was happening on the team and, their direction and who else was on the court and all the injuries. But I thought he made great strides as a playmaker. And the season before, when he was traded from the Knicks to the Raptors, he was like what was his true shooting was like
60. Yeah.
61. It was like eye opening. And he looked very comfortable. And I think that Quickley is obviously like an incredibly important player for them this season, and his ability to stay healthy will be huge. But he is a established, proven catch and shoot 3-point shooter, pull up 3-point shooter. He's awesome in transition. You watch his pull up threes in transition, and defenders are like backpedaling because they're so petrified of the blow by, and he can hit the shot. So he's just a really dangerous player in a lot of different ways. He's got the floater that we all know about, and he's a tenacious defender. So I think that having, at least two of those, and a lot of the minutes he'll have all three when he's going against opposing starting lineups, will just benefit Brandon Ingram in myriad ways and, give him a leg up in a way that he just never really had in New Orleans, where Zion's in and out, and okay, who is the third best player here? Okay, we have like Lonzo Ball for 2 seconds. We have Drew Holiday. We have DeJounte Murray, and then he gets hurt and also is just like a terrible fit with Brandon Ingram for his own shooting issues. So I think playing with like capable ball handlers and being able to operate off ball will actually increase his shot quality. And you could see the most efficient season from Brandon Ingram, a guy who's like right now in his prime. So I think there's just a lot of reasons to be bullish about his first season in Toronto.
Yeah, I and I think